episode 33. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host Domara. Meow! We have a Wednesday today, which is the day when I usually record. It's already September the 7th. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome, enjoy. And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking out my podcast. And this is a knitting, spinning and hand dyeing yarn podcast in Switzerland, in town of Adliswil near Zurich. So you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under my full name. Excuse me, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. And if you enjoy my show, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And my show notes are always in the down bar below, and some convenient links are always placed in the video description on YouTube. So we're having a unicorn along. I'm co-hosting this knit along with Kristen from Yarngasm podcast and Wool and Vine Yarns. Hi Kristen. And till the end of September you can still join, and the theme is unicorns, as in unicorn toys or unicorn themed yarn or unicorn patterns on your garments. Just use your imagination and introduce some unicorn awesomeness into your life. And there will be prizes. So Kristen will be having her prizes in her group, which is Yarngasm on Ravelry, and my group is Wolff&Schafe podcast. And there are two threads. One is for finished objects, and there you're supposed to post only your finished object, only one post. And in Chatter thread you can post as many as you would like to. Yeah, so another announcement. I'm very excited because I will be vending at Swiss Wolle Festival in October on the weekend of 8th and 9th. So if you by any chance happen to be there, please come and say hello. Please come to my booth. I give hugs to my viewers. Or if you don't want to hug, you just want to have a chat, that's also very welcome and okay. So yeah, I have a feeling this will be a short episode because I did not do that much this week craft-wise, except for dyeing, because I've been prepping for the festival like crazy. On Saturday we are flying to Poland and we will be away for around 3 weeks. So yeah, so during that time I won't be able to do anything for the festival, so I had to act as if it was in 2 weeks already. So I was mostly dyeing yarn and yeah, preparing some tools and other things for my booth. Anyway, my unicorn for the knit along is from the pattern by Rachel Borello Carroll, Nila the unicorn, and my unicorn only gained 2 legs so far, so hi. She lacks arms yet, but other than that, yay! I am well, not a complete unicorn, but anyway, I'm very cute. So I need to, the arms are just the same as legs. Well, technically these are all legs for the unicorn. But anyway, I made these 2, and then I need 2 more to attach here, and then I can proceed to the mane and tail. And I haven't yet decided about, sorry, what colors I will use for the mane, whether it will be like colorful as is in the example, in the pattern, or maybe I will decide on one color. I have just no idea yet. I think I will, once I get to that step, I will just yeah, sit with my stash and decide what to do. I wonder if you heard that. This is my rice cooker. Because I will be having some lunch after I finish recording. But anyway, yeah, where was I? The yarn I'm using for my main color is my hand-dyed yarn, and I hope to finish the unicorn for the festival so she can sit on my booth and be cute. And it's on my Romulus base, which is 100% superwash merino in worsted weight. And the colorway is Silver Towers. And for my contrasting color, I'm using white Lang Yarns Classico, which is a blend of bamboo, cotton and nylon. So yay, this is my unicorn! And next up, I have some progress on the socks for my grandmother, but you can tell that I've been very distracted. Well, I've been sick last week because I caught whatever my son had, and I was really not feeling well, but I knew that I had to work. I had to dye a lot of yarn for the festival, so yeah. My brain must have been not working really properly, because you might remember that to this plain vanilla socks I have added these little pearl bars for interest, but then I made the heels on the same side. So it's just So yeah, this was supposed to be on the top of the foot, not at the bottom. But I realized that after I was finished with the heels, so and I really wish to bring now the socks to Poland for my grandmother so she can use them. It's already September, it will be getting cooler and cooler in Poland, so I just have to finish them and give them to her. So I decided, no, I'm not ripping back. I put my foot inside and checked whether it makes your foot feel uncomfortable or anything like that. But in fact it doesn't, because it's like the pearl bumps that can be not comfortable, like for my husband who refuses to be knitted any socks by me because the pearl bumps disturb his sensitive feet. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, the pearl bumps are on the outside. So inside you actually don't feel anything unpleasant. And maybe it might even work as a kind of anti-slippery thingy or something. It just doesn't bother you when your foot is inside, so I thought I will just leave it as it is, just yeah, and leave it as the proof of my brain being in vain. My brain is in vain. I'm just quoting Nightwish here, but anyway, this phrase was constantly in my mind when I discovered this. But anyway, last week I was just finished with the heels. I was here, and yeah, I've knitted this much of the leg, and I've already started the 1x1 twisted ribbing. So I'm really close to finishing this, and I hope I can, today or tomorrow I will be finished with them and I can take them with me to Warsaw. What else? Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm knitting the unicorn on Adi Colibri needles, and they are in 3.75 millimeter size. They are, oh, there is the US size on them. How handy. It's US 5 size. Awesome. And the length of them is 20 centimeters, which is my favorite length for DPNs, because I dislike having DPNs that I can't use for larger projects, for example. So it's 20 centimeters, meaning 8 inches. How handy. So yeah, if I had, for example, 15 centimeters needles, which might be like 6 inches or something. Yeah, I think it's around 6 inches. It might be more comfortable to knit some smaller projects, like for example these legs or something. But then I would have the feeling that, yeah, I have something I can use for a really, really specific thing that I don't knit that often. So I can manage with longer needles and just have this one size, and that suits me. And the socks I'm knitting on my Chow Goose, which are my favorite set for knitting socks. These are 2.5 millimeters, which is 1.5 US size, and the cable is very long. It's 120 centimeters, so 40 something inches. So I'm knitting 2 at a time, my favorite method. This way, if I do some crap, I have identical socks. Like this. Anyway, I'm close to finishing it, and I like this yarn very much. It will probably felt quite easily, even though it's with nylon addition. But it's very, very soft, and that was my concern when I was choosing yarn for my grandma. And it's Cascade Yarns 220 sock in their dark plum colorway. So yay! Oh, and I made the fish lips kiss heel, because nowadays I always do that. It's my favorite and it's awesome. So next up, only one other knitting project this time, because this week I decided to focus more on do less at a time. I still do a lot, various projects at a time, but this week I just, well, the unicorn only got these 2 legs, and I mostly worked on my socks and on ashling, which is not finished yet. Excuse me for the noise. My bag just hit the desk. So ashling. I actually made a lot of progress on ashling, and because I got much more familiar with the chart, I mean, I worked on this a lot, so I got more comfortable with the chart. I did not memorize it because it's 36 rows of lace and cabling, so no, but yeah, I think I enjoyed it more now. And here, look, I have only this much left till the end of the shawl. And sorry, again, my needles hitting the desk. I have to immobilize them. So there was my progress keeper. Yes, I made this much in this 1 week. Excuse me, in this 1 week. Yay! Oh, happy I am. So because I can smell the end of my work here, I really am motivated more into working on this project. And I spread this shawl on my bed and I looked at it and I thought it's so beautiful, so beautiful, and I want it to be done and blocked, of course. So again, it's Ashling by Justyna Lorkowska. It's my hand-dyed yarn, Wolff&Schafe paw in Wodnik colorway, and Belladonna in honey colorway for contrasting color. And I'm using my Knit Pro interchangeables in 3.5 size, which is, I presume, US size 4. And yeah, and the cable I used is getting too long for this leftovers. So yeah, but I won't be changing this, it's not that inconvenient. So because I'm going away and I will be flying for quite a while from Warsaw to Tokyo, because we're going to Tokyo, I have to have some knitting for my travel, right? Because Stasio is staying with my parents and I will be free to knit on the plane. Yay! So yeah, I think I will take my Wolf Woods shawl by Agata Mackiewicz, because I also have the applied border to knit. I've made so far only one repeat of the chart, so I have like 40 more to do. So I think I will be working on that. Maybe I can show you if you haven't seen the previous episodes. Ooh, it's here in my Wolfie bag by Molly Klein Designs. Oh yeah, and the unicorn, not to forget, also lives in my Molly Klein Designs bag. And unicorns! How awesome is that? So yes, one shawl. Oh, it's so soft. It's very soft. So, this is it. I'm again not on the proper row to be showing this to you, but anyway, I have this one leaf completed and the shawl looks like this, more or less. And yay, I'm knitting on 3mm needles, so this will be my project for the flight, but I am aware that I can only knit like for maybe 2 hours on such an involved pattern, and when I get tired, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3, but still the flight will be around 10 or something like that. I don't remember exactly right now, but yeah, I will take my other socks, the socks that are for me, and I'm thinking maybe some backup yarn for another pair of socks or something. I have to think, still have to decide what to take with me so that I don't be yarnless in my travels. Well, I think I will be pretty busy because we will be sightseeing a lot, but then Gleb will be also attending the conference and I will have some time just to sit in a park probably. So yeah, I have to decide what to take with me. No spinning this week. Unfortunately, I focused on knitting and dyeing. And my kiwi is sad, and it will be even sadder because I'm going away, so I'm sorry, kiwi. But once I'm back and the festival is over, I can spin again. So about dyeing, I have dyed quite a lot, but I also came up with some new colorways that I wanted to show you. Well, one of them is a one of a kind. I dyed 3 of them in one pot, but I think it's kind of pretty. Maybe oh, yeah. So this is on my belladonna base. And it's this mostly like royal blue with darker parts and lighter shades and some brown speckles because, yeah, why not? So this is my one of a kind. And the next one is this one. Because from some time already, those like yarns that have natural base as like natural color of yarn of wool as their base color, and a lot of speckles, they were calling to me, and I really wanted to try them out. I mean, have some fun and experiment and create my own version. So I came up with this one, and I called it All Saints Day, which I will explain just in a minute. And this is my third new colorway, and I'm loving this. It's called Willow. Again, I will explain just in a moment. It's the base color is very pale teal, and it has some spots of deep purple and some rust here and there. So about this one, why All Saints Day? So it has some meaning. It's September now, and many independent dyers started dyeing Halloween colorways. And I know it's really a popular holiday in the States and possibly in the UK. But it's not so in Poland. I did not grow up with this holiday. It's having its way in Poland now, but I don't feel this holiday, and it's also because we have our own very old celebration around that date, which is on the 1st of November and also the 2nd of November. The 1st of November is a national holiday, and yes, it's very different, but at its roots it's the same thing. It's basically the belief that around this time the door between our world and the other world are getting opened, and you can communicate with whoever is on the other side. So for Slavic countries like Poland, it's all about the ancestors. And that's why, well, Catholic Church tried to baptize the celebrations, but still we have the 1st of November, which is, as I said, national holiday, and it's a commemoration of all saints that we might not know about, but they were very pious, and they are saints that we are not aware of. And then the 2nd of November, it's about all ancestors, dead people, in short. But it sums up to us celebrating just for 2 days. Sometimes it's even longer because people travel through the whole country to visit their relatives and the graves of their families. So the traffic is just terrible around that time of the year. And in big cities, we get special, like additional public transport that is commuting to the graveyards, to the cemeteries. So compared to Halloween, which is, well, about, I'd say it's about fun, it's a very serious business in Poland. So these two worlds just don't don't match, and many people are too busy traveling all around the country to be masquerading the day before. So what's the Day of All Saints to me? I realized when I moved out of Poland, because it so happens that you don't realize some things unless you don't have them anymore. So I don't go back home for All Saints Day because it's so close to Christmas, and I always go back home for Christmas. So I realized that even though, well, when I was a child, it was quite a boring holiday for me because it was always cold. Sometimes there was already snow, and on the cemeteries it's really cold because it's like open space and wind is blowing. And what we do is basically put flowers and candles on the graves and pray. So if you have like 5 family graves on the graveyard, you have quite a lot of work to do. And before that, you're cleaning all the graves. So for a child, it's not very entertaining, and everybody is so serious and solemn. And yeah, I did not really enjoy it, but now I just miss it. I think about how we would always meet at my grandma's place after the round of the graveyard and eat some hot soup to warm up. And I remember all those because, yeah, in November already the day is quite short. So the graveyard's just full of light after the dark. It's just amazing because almost every grave has some candles lit on it, and after dark the whole graveyard is full of lights, and it's just something you cannot forget. So I have all those things here with me, in my heart, in my head. So I thought I will make a colorway about a thing that I can feel. What I know about Halloween is basically from American movies. I'm honest, it's just like that. So I thought it looks like a lot of fun, but it's not something I have here. So I thought I will just make my All Saints Day. And why it looks like this? Well, as I said, it's a pretty solemn holiday in Poland, and that's why we have these like dark blues. It's also about the spirits, so the blue is in order, but also all the graves, there are people buried in the earth, in the soil, so we have all those earth tones. And it's about our ancestors with which we are connected by blood. So there are some reds here as well. Well, they are also like turning into light purples here and there. And the lights, the spots of yellow here and there. They are all those candles that we light for our ancestors' souls. to, well, drop by and warm up a bit. So this is the story. It was a bit long, but I love this colorway. It means so much to me, and it doesn't look that solemn, but still it has some points of the All Saints' Day as I know it in it. But a bit shorter story is in order about this one, Willow. So recently I've been rewatching my beloved Buffy the Vampire Slayer series. Yes, I'm a great fan. And I have discovered Buffy really late. It's like a couple of years ago only. And I watched it once and then I fell in love and I've been rewatching it. So yes, so it's named about a character from Buffy after Willow Rosenberg. And why this is Willow? Well, first of all, the base color, which is this pale teal, is, well, the reminder of the willow as the tree, the willow tree, right? And also, which is very fitting because Willow is a witch in the series. And willows as trees are connected to witchcraft. So everything fits. And also she's a redhead, so there had to be some copper speckles here and there, and purple. I remember her wearing because she as a character she changes a lot during the series from a really shy schoolgirl into a confident, strong woman. And her clothing changes accordingly. And I remember sometimes she wore this kind of colors. And also I think it somehow fits her character. So yes, I love this colorway. I love how it turned out. This is on my moon base, so it's with silk edition. This is on my paw base, which would make it a fun pair of socks. And this one is on my belladonna base, merino nylon cashmere blend. So it's very, very soft. And yeah, I think this is all for my crafty things. I feel like I talked a lot, but I suppose the episode will be quite short. Anyway, just last segment about my life. As I mentioned, we're going to Japan. I can't wait. I haven't been to Japan for 3 years now. My last visit was in 2013 in spring, and now I'm going in September, which means it will be pretty much as August in Poland, more or less. So it will be very warm. I'm very excited. I will be meeting a lot of friends. They are excited too. And I'm also excited that I can show some places I really love to my husband and discover some new places with him. So yay, it's going to be awesome. But because of my trip, I think there won't be any new episodes for at least 2 weeks. I know it's sad. And I will miss you guys because it feels like I'm addicted to recording every week. When I don't do that, I feel weird. I just miss it and all your comments and everything. So I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry there won't be any new episodes. I'm hoping to record some fun videos from Japan and either include them in the next episode or just, it's popular now to do some vlogs, so maybe I will make like short videos about what I was up to in Japan. I'm thinking about visiting some yarn stores either in Tokyo or in Kyoto. Well, I read about it, I asked around, and it seems people are recommending the Amirisu headquarters. Amirisu, the knitting magazine, you might know it, it's quite famous. So they have like the stationery store both in Tokyo and in Kyoto where I will be. So I think I will try and visit because I'm curious, and since I've become a knitter, I really enjoy visiting places like that. So my husband is of course like, oh, and what I will be doing, and I said, well, hey, support me, support me here a bit. um, so yeah, this is mostly it for this week. Uh, Thank you so much for joining, and I will miss you. We will miss you a lot. Happy knitting, and we will see you next time. Bye!